Good evening and welcome to the Sleeping Dragon's Den. So, like I put a message on Facebook the other day that I was going to do a new product review because my husband was telling me that my old resin, the Amazing Clear Cast, smelled really bad. The Amazing Clear Cast Plus smelled just about as bad. I never knew because I wore a mask and everything else, but I figured since, I kind of worked next to him, I might listen to him and maybe try and see what I can find that didn't smell as bad. So, doing a little bit of research, looking at reviews, I came across Dr. Crafty. Dr. Crafty comes, I got it off of Amazon. It comes in many, many different ounce sizes. It is a 1-to-1 equal parts of both the hardener and the resin. And what's different with this one is that the resin is actually thicker than the hardener. The hardener is very thin where the resin is very thick. One of the things that you can do to help with that is put it into a small basin of warm water for maybe about 5 minutes before you start working with it. And that will also make it mix a little bit better and also help the bubbles to rise up to the top a little quicker, so that this way you can use less of the torch, less of the lighter, because every time you use the torch or the lighter you do pose the risk of heating up the resin a little too hot and having it adhere to the mold. It helps with mold life, that sort of thing. So with this product I ordered the 1 quart where you get 1 quart of each, the resin and the hardener. The cool thing about this one is when you order their product, they send you 2 stirrers, 2 hard plastic cups, and a secret tip, or not so secret. When you're mixing the resin in one of these hard plastic cups, you can't really pop it to get the resin out to clean it. If you leave your stirrer stick in the bottom, let the resin harden like you would in any of your molds. When you pull it out, the resin will stick to the stick and you can pull the resin right on out. Get a majority of the resin out that way. Take some alcohol wipes or isopropyl alcohol and with the spray bottle and spray inside, wipe it out real good, and that'll clean right up. So back to the Dr. Crafty. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a squirrel moment. But with the cups and the stirrers, they also give you a card where you can choose a free product, either pigment or mica powders, which is always fun to add into your resin. So these are the pieces that I made with the resin. I used some alcohol inks where I had it drop down, used some of the mica powders where I brushed the mica powders into the dragon mold, and then also use some colored resin, and this one is completely clear. So one of the things that I found when I did a lot of the review, when I was looking at a lot of the reviews of the different types of resins, is I found that Dr. Crafty kind of came up on top for the clearness. Some people were having problems that it comes out really tacky. I don't know. Let's see. So this is 24 hours. I poured these last night about 8 o'clock-ish before I went to work. When I came home, Amelia. When I came home in the Amelia's calling for me. When I came home in the morning about 9 o'clock, I tapped to see if it was hard, and it was hard to the touch. Now, this is 24 hours later. The package does say that the resin takes about 24 to 72 hours to fully cure. But after 24 hours, popping it out of my dragon mold, this is, oh, that came out really nice. This is how it came out. Let me shine the light a little bit more over. Very clear. Very clear resin. I'll do a close-up here. Wait for the camera to adjust. There is one small little bubble here, but what I can do with that is I can grind it out a little bit and then just clear coat, fill it again, and that'll take the bubble right out. Other than that one bubble, I don't see really any tiny bubbles like you sometimes get. I'll move it away from the camera a little bit more. But yeah, so this was completely clear resin that I poured into a mica powdered painted resin mold. Came out pretty nice. This next one, another dragon mold. I'm going to have to do some grinding work on this one because I overfilled it a little bit. So I got the overfill here, so I'll just take my grinder, grind it down. But with this one, so I tinted the resin with just a little bit of tint. This was used with blue chameleon mica powder and a gold mica powder. So this I will shave off. Again, very nice color, very hard. Looks good. So far I'm very happy with it. My husband also said that when I was stirring it last night, I stirred about 400, 500 mLs of resin last night, and he said that the smell was substantially better. I mixed a small cup this afternoon, and I couldn't smell anything at all. So this one is the little unicorn mold. Again, these are hard to the touch already. I'll probably let them set for another day before I do any grinding or sanding or anything like this. And that's how this one turned out. Again, very clear resin. Very nice shine to it. Sorry, too close to the camera, I wasn't focusing right. So she looks really cute. Oops. Here is, pop that back out. Here's the wolf head. Oh. There, his nose was a little stuck. This guy came out really cool. Very cool. And then final piece is a little tray. Alright, so this is a little bendy still, so definitely we'll let that sit for at least another 24 to 72 hours, or 24 to 48 hours to make it for the full 72-hour completion. But came out very nice. Very happy with how clear and how I really don't see any bubbles in it. It looks great. And then final piece, I didn't have enough to finish it and I had to go to work. So I have half of a flower. But again, looks good. Very good clarity. These molds, I usually have a really hard time with bubble collection right around this rim area here. And don't really notice that with this. So I'll keep on using this resin. I'll keep doing some live videos if you guys want to see, or oh, I made a little list. I forgot about that. 45-minute work time for it. It has a non-yellowing formula, so help with the UV, because a lot of times when yellow, if it's, or resin, if it's not treated with the UV protectants, it can turn yellow in the sun. Very easy to mix, very strong formula, low smell, but I still would wear gloves, mask, still wear your N95, your respirator mask when working with resin, just to protect your lungs. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with it. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment. Go ahead, like the video, and have a good night.